What is caffeine and what does it do to your body? Caffeine is found in coffee, tea, cola, chocolate, and a variety of other things. Caffeine is an addictive drug. It operates on the brain using the same mechanism as amphetamines, cocaine, and heroin to stimulate the brain. Although it is milder than the other drugs, it is manipulating the same channels. This is one of the reasons it is so addictive. If you think you cannot function every day without it and must consume it every day, you are addicted to caffeine. So, what is caffeine? Caffeine in its pure form is a white, alkaline, crystalline powder that tastes very bitter. Another name for this white caffeine powder is trimethylxanthine, which has a chemical formula of C8H10N4O2. Physicians use it as a cardiac stimulant and also as a mild diuretic, which increases urine production. But many regular people take it to boost their energy level or for the feeling of alertness it gives. It is often used to help people stay awake longer during sleeping hours. The body is obviously tired and needs rest, but instead, a dose of caffeine is given to keep it in action. Taking away sleep from a tired body is amongst the worst things one can ever do. The caffeine, when taken, repeatedly pushes the body into greater activity when it wants to stop for rest, and this gradually damages the body. Instead of recovering, organs gradually weaken. Eventually, the weakest ones become diseased, and the person wonders why it happened. Caffeine occurs naturally in many plants, including coffee beans, tea leaves, and cocoa nuts. Because of this, it is found in a wide variety of food products. In addition, caffeine is added to many other foods, including beverages. What are some of the things you are drinking that contain caffeine? Number one, coffee. A typical drip brew cup contains 100 milligrams per 6 ounce cup, 200 milligrams per 12 ounce cup, 234 milligrams per 14 ounce cup, and 334 milligrams per 20 ounce cup. Now that is a lot of caffeine. Number two, tea. A typical brewed tea contains 70 milligrams in each 6 ounce cup. Number three, cola drinks. Coke, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, etc. contain 50 milligrams per 12 ounce can. Jolt contains 70 milligrams per 12 ounce can. Number 4. Chocolate. Typical milk chocolate contains 6 milligrams per ounce. And number 5. Drugs. Anacin contains 32 milligrams per tablet. Nodus contains 100 milligrams per tablet. Vivarin and dexatrim contains 200 milligrams per tablet. When you sit down and calculate the amount of caffeine that you have consumed, you might be surprised to know that you are probably taking in a gram without realizing it. And what does caffeine do when it gets into your body? As your body becomes fatigued, adenosine is made in the brain and binds to the adenosine receptors. This causes drowsiness by slowing nerve cell activity. You want to stop and rest. You want to go to sleep. This is good, for you need the rest. In the brain, the adenosine also causes blood vessels to dilate, that is to enlarge, so more oxygen can reach the brain during sleep. But when caffeine is taken into the stomach, it travels quickly to the brain. Once there, it does what adenosine normally does. It binds to the adenosine nerve receptors, but instead of slowing cellular activity, it speeds it up. The cell can no longer bind with adenosine because caffeine is linked up with all its available receptors. The cell begins accelerating their activity. Because adenosine is shut out, the brain's blood vessels began to constrict, that is, to narrow. The increased neuron firing in the brain awakens the pituitary gland to action. Some kind of emergency must be taking place. So the pituitary signals the adrenal glands to produce adrenaline, the fight or flight hormone. The longer term effects of using caffeine tend to spiral down. Once the adrenaline wears off, you face even greater fatigue and also depression. More caffeine is then taken, and soon the body is jumping into emergency levels all day long. You become jumpy and irritable. Because the half life of caffeine is 6 hours, by the time you go to bed, you cannot get to sleep or you will not obtain the deep sleep you need. If the last cup of coffee was taken at 3 p.m., by 9 p.m., you will still have 100 milligrams in your body. So the next morning you feel worse and you need caffeine to get you out of bed. You have started another day beating the horse. That is why 90% of Americans consume caffeine every day. So now you see how dangerous caffeine can be. You can start with just a small bit of it, and next thing you know, you find yourself taking it every day. Caffeine is not the best thing to consume if you are looking for a way to stay up. The best thing to do is to go to your bed early and wake up early and do your work. We hope you find this to be helpful. Take care and God bless.